Hi everybody and welcome to the start of a brand new Let's Play. And today, I'm starting my favourite game of 2022. Probably my personal game of the year at this point. This is Sonic Frontiers. And I'm playing it on the PS5. You can also get it on the Switch, although really don't fucking bother. PC, and on Xbox One or Xbox Series X. I think you can also get it on PS4 and Xbox One as well. But again, don't bother like with the Switch. So yeah, I've actually been looking forward to this game for a really long time. I've just been looking forward to a Sonic game which is actually really different from what we've been getting in recent years, with a lot of, because in recent years it's just been a lot of callbacks to the classic games, really, like the classic days on the Mega Drive. But this one looked promising and looked very different, which is why I've been so excited to finally get a hold of it. Just to talk briefly about the beginning, you can pick adventure mode or high speed mode. Adventure mode means you start off just a little bit slower, and so it's easier to control, rather than high speed mode where you start off a little bit faster. I'd recommend high speed mode though, because I think Sonic, when you first start out with him, is a little bit too slow. He's not absolutely awful, but he is a little tiny bit too slow in comparison to what he's like. And so with the adventure one, where he's a little bit even slower than that, I can see that would be a bit of a pain in the arse to work with, but whatever. So yeah, what we get is, at this beginning, is a little bit of an introduction. Basically, Eggman is... it's kind of similar in a lot of ways to other 3D Sonic games, like with Adventure 2, and the like, where it seems as if he's trying to gain control of some kind of ancient hidden power, and it just goes horribly wrong and he kind of gets sucked into it. So yeah, all part of the cause. There is a really cool thing about this as well, that there was an animation made for the Sonic the Hedgehog on the Sonic the Hedgehog YouTube channel, which was basically a prologue kind of showing how Knuckles gets... how Knuckles is involved in the plot, and how he gets... how what happens to him. And kind of also introduces us to the main villain of this particular game, which is kind of cool. It's a really nicely animated thing as well. It's a really nice animation. But yeah, Sonic's just flying, exploring, off to explore these islands, because there's a chaos signal coming from them. The Chaos Emeralds are there, apparently. And so we get sucked into the portal, and we're stuck in... It's the ultimate nightmare for any Sonic fan. We're stuck in Green Hill. So yeah, this is the introduction of one of the key gameplay elements, which is these little gate levels, as they eventually get called. Basically, it's, if you played Sonic Generations, Sonic Colors, Sonic Forces, pretty much the same thing. The control in these is actually really good. I was actually surprised at how well these controlled and how nice they were. They're not perfect. I think Sonic Generations controls a lot better and a lot smoother, but it still controls pretty well. The homing attack is a little bit different as well, weirdly enough, because with the homing attack, when Sonic hits an enemy, he kind of stalls above them for a brief second, rather than bouncing off them with momentum like he does in pretty much the majority of the other games, from what I remember. But in this one, he kind of bounces just above them. I think it's basically a way of when you're going fast of kind of stopping yourself on small platforms. I think that's basically why it was done that way. I'll talk more about those later, but first, we're into the proper good stuff now. Sonic has been able to free himself after completing Green Hill Zone for the 10 million billionth time. And we're now on the island. On the first of the... how many islands? I think there's 5 islands that we have to go through. So this is island number 1. This is one of the few things which I really don't like about the graphics here. The rain effect, it does not look nice at all. You know, the way that it bounces off Sonic's body, and also off the surface of the ground when you zoomed out a bit, it does not look nice. Like here, it just does not look nice at all. And but to be fair, this is the only time I really feel as if graphically it kind of screws up. Apart from the pop-in, but we'll see that as we go around. Oh, look at that! This is a rarity, ladies and gentlemen. Full 3D, full camera control in a 3D Sonic game. You can use the right analog stick. And so yeah. And yeah, so it's a completely new, different type of Sonic game. It's more of an open world kind of thing, where we basically go around all these 5 different islands, and we just basically go around and explore and complete these little challenges. It's surprisingly really fucking fun. It's really fun to go around and just kind of explore the island. So you have these little tasks here, which basically open up more of the map. So you complete the challenges to open up more of the map, and then it will show you where you can find all the different items that you need to complete the game. There's a lot of these kinds of things where there's like little grind rails and little bits of platforming kind of hanging in midair, which kind of looks weird at first, but you kind of get used to it after a while. Fuck off. Don't need that. So these are your first type of enemies. They go down in one hit, one homing attack. Ow. Fuck you, bitch. One kind of homing attack, and they go down. The blue things that we're picking up there is experience points. Basically, the more enemies you kill, the more things you do, the more experience you gather, and you can use that experience to make yourself more powerful. So you can basically increase Sonic's... there are 4 things there for you to increase. There's the number of rings that Sonic can hold. There's Sonic's top speed. There is his defensive capabilities, like how much damage he takes, and then there's his attack power, which is how much damage he delivers. They all go from level 1 to level 99. So yeah, I didn't max out. You don't really need to. So collect these blue things, and they will increase your, and that will give you more experience. There's also a skill tree. So the more experience you pick up, the more skill points you collect, the more abilities you unlock. Which is a new thing for Sonic, I think. I don't think we've had that kind of thing in a Sonic game before. Oh, those things as well. Basically, there's these red and blue fruits. The red and blue fruits are what enable you to increase your attack and defense. So blue increase your defense, red increase your attack. And you see what I mean with basically what I was talking about with the how there's just these little grind rails all over the place, and these little bunches of platforms for you to mess around with. Yeah, the first time you look at it, it's kind of off-putting that they're just kind of floating. Sorry, kind of floating in midair without really any kind of purpose, really. I think here I was trying to work out how the fuck to get up to that platform. And I think I just eventually give up. I think I give up now. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, something else. Sonic can now run up walls and kind of that's how he can kind of climb, which is kind of cool. And this is something which I kind of like about this game: the fact that it kind of tells you, expects you to kind of have a look around and see how you can try and work out for yourself how you do certain things, which I kind of like. So it's kind of up to you how you wander around and kind of control things. Ninja. This is the first kind of mini-boss. They're basically like, for each island there's like 2 or 3 mini-bosses per game. Per island, sorry. Ow! Ah, dead. So this guy, basically, what you want to do is you want to lock on, click the right trigger, the right analog stick to kind of lock onto him. Aim an attack, then just keep up the attacks. Dodge out of the way with the... You want to dodge out of the way with the left bumper, I think it is. Also, you can kind of block and parry if you hold L1 and R1 together. Hold the bumpers together, basically. And when an attack hits you, you'll kind of block it, and then you can just kind of wail on the opponent for a little while. And that's just sent me back. Alright, whatever. Moving on. So yeah, pretty much this is what you're doing throughout the whole game. You're just wandering through, kind of looking for various items and just kind of exploring the world. Which again is kind of something which is a nice little thing. Something different. Okay. You also see that I've been picking up these kind of pink heart tokens. Each island has their own individual token. So for this island it's hearts, pink hearts. It's and I can't remember what it is for the other islands, as I haven't played this game in a little bit. But basically, for us to open up the door, yeah, I've done this the wrong way. Yeah, it takes me a little while, and it's like, oh, right, I'm a moron. Turn it the right way, buddy. There you go. But the icons, I don't really want to say what they're for yet, because we'll see in the second part what they're for, but they are an item which you are going to need to collect in order to complete the game. In order to complete each island, you need to collect them. These are things you need to collect a lot of. So yeah, go out your way to do that. So yeah, this is the skill tree. We're unlocking the side loop first. The side loop, I think, is pretty much mandatory. It kind of tells you, yeah, you've got to do this. Let's just get some more rings while I'm at it. Because there is a reason to collect rings. Which I don't know whether it will I probably won't show it off in this part, but in a future part I'll definitely be showing it off. Oop. And I will say this game looks really fucking pretty. Some of the my apologies. And that's the side loop. Basically, hold down the triangle button and run. And Sonic will create like an energy sphere. We'll leave this energy trail and it will create like a wind. You can use that to kind of throw enemies up into the air and to do little challenges like this. Where we're... so it's kind of a useful tool. But yeah, as I was saying, this game graphically looks really fucking nice. The only thing that kind of throws me off is the pop-in, which even on the PS5 and Series X and PC is absolutely terrible at points. So if you hate that kind of thing, yeah, Sonic Frontiers is gonna put you off. So yeah, use the side loop and just whack him in the air. And you can do it on multiple enemies as well, which is nice. Adds a bit of variety to combat, I suppose. At this point, what was I thinking here? I think I was just wandering about, just like, okay, where do I go next? I think I've come this way. Yeah, I'm going backwards. And away. Alright, fuck it. Let's move on. So yeah, with picking high speed mode, Sonic when he's running is actually fast enough, I think, for exploring this area. But it also is, I would say, kind of slow in comparison to previous Sonic games like Generations Unleashed, that kind of thing. But I think because this game is more about kind of wandering around the islands and kind of exploring, it doesn't really pose too much of a problem. So yeah, gears you get from mini bosses, and you can also find them in certain spots on the on the islands. So if you want to, and you need those basically to open up these gates, so that you can do like the traditional kind of boost type Sonic stages. Tower, second type of mini boss you'll face off against. And so yeah, this is the reason why you need the side loop. Go around him, and that destroys one layer. Then he's going to start moving about, wait for him to jump, land, and then do the same thing again. Do this until he's low enough so that you can target and then attack his head. Which I think, do I try now? No, I don't. So, blow that up, and then I think that should be enough now. But anyway, yeah. Now he's down, just keep whacking on him. Oh shit. But yeah, basically the main reason why you want to level up and to get these kind of collect these experience and upgrade points is so you can, because a lot of the skill tree is basically new abilities which are stronger and can defeat big mini bosses more. Sorry about that. Can kill mini bosses quicker. So yeah. Right, so cyberspace. So you need the gears to unlock the cyberspace levels. Once you're in the cyberspace levels, you've got 4 different tasks to complete, and for each you get a vault key. So for these you want to complete the stage, collect a certain number of rings, collect all the red coins, the red rings, and get the S rank time. And while they're loading in, they do these little tutorial things, which are kind of cool. I only show it half here, but basically. So what you want to do is you want to collect all the red rings. Shit! Why did I jump over it? There's one a lot of people don't like these stages. I do, but the thing I can agree on is that the aesthetic of the stages is not really all that interesting. My fault. There's basically 4 types of stages aesthetically. You've got the green hill, you've got this one which is the Angel Island, I think it is, from Sonic 3. You've got the city type level. Fuck. And then you've got a chemical plant from Sonic 2 type of aesthetic. I wish they could have done more, because the levels are fun to go through, and Sonic controls really well in them. But damn, they could look more interesting. But hey, can't complain too much, I suppose. Thank you. Boom, and away we go. So yeah, reach the goal, get an S rank time, collect a certain number of rings, and collect all the red star rings. I always do 3 out of the 4, which is usually miss out the S rank, because I find the S rank's quite hard to get. Do that for all of the stages, for all the cyberspace levels, and you will have more than enough vault keys. So what are the vault keys for? The vault keys are to open up the vaults which hold the Chaos Emeralds. You need all the Chaos Emeralds in order to unlock the way to the final boss of the island. So yeah, like it shows here. I think there are usually... Yeah, so we've got enough for 2 Chaos Emeralds now. I think there's 4 islands. Sorry, what am I talking about? So basically, I think there's 4 Chaos Emeralds in each island trapped behind a vault, and then 3 you just do by doing side missions. No, 2 from side missions, and then 1 you have to get from the final boss of the island. And so that's basically what you're doing little quests in order to, and defeating enemies in order to collect these tokens. So you know, there's the collecting of these, what on the first island are like little heart tokens, and then you also need to collect the vault keys in order to get the Chaos Emeralds, and that's how you basically go through the island. When you see these little things on the ground, basically you want to use the side loop on them. Boom. And that gives us a whole bunch of these. Really useful to do. And they'll also give you like vault keys as well as experience points as well. But anyway, that's going to be it for this part of Sonic Frontiers. Join me next time when we'll be unlocking our first Chaos Emerald. And we'll also be continuing to explore Island number 1. So yeah. I love this game. It's so good. Anyway, see you next time.